closure to a lot of things in your life. You got a lot of open doors left open in your life. And these open doors are what you call unresolved issues. They have not been resolved yet. And because of it has not been resolved, you got a root system going on. And these sprout out of not understanding why these needs and hurts happen to us, and we are not able to properly process them. So now it's an unresolved issue. You don't have no answers. How many of you know when you don't have an answer to something, they can drive you crazy when you don't have an answer to something? When somebody has done something to you, you just want to go ask them, can you just explain to me why? And it seems like if I just get the answer, that's enough for me. Then I know. But the Father says, how many of you know that some people ain't never going to come back and tell you why they done something to you? Some people are dead and gone in their grave, and you still waiting on an answer as to why you done that. And you hate that person to the day they leave this earth because they never told you why they done something to you. And you want an explanation. You want a reason to why. You want them to come and act, if nothing, ask forgiveness. Say they sorry. You want people to say they sorry. But what happens if they never say they sorry for something they done to you? Because how many of you know, some people, they're not humble enough to come back and say they sorry. You just got to wrap the issue up and resolve it in your own mind. And give it to the Father. Say, Father, I don't know why. You know why. But I know you're able to heal me from it. I may not ever get an answer. Because some people won't give you an answer out of meanness because they know you want it. And they'll leave you on a cliff just so they can torment your life. But guess what? When somebody's able to do that, you have given them too much power in your life. They are able to dictate what kind of day you gonna have. Because they withholding information from you that they know you want. And they do it out of spite. But the Father says you got some unresolved issues that you just need to say, you know what? I ain't going to get answers today. And that's okay. That's all right. I may never know why this happened to me. I may never understand. But Father, you understand. And you know. And I'll give it to you. When you have unresolved issues, it usually comes from having grown up in a home where the boundaries was unclear. Rules were unspoken. And you never knew when you might step on the gold mine. You walked around in a house that static and tension all the time. And you never knew when something was going to happen. And you have unresolved issues. Why? Because nobody ever gave you an answer. You got beat a lot of times for stuff you don't even know why. Just because. Nobody explained to you what you done wrong. So you got unresolved issues. You don't know, why did you do that to me? You grew up with more surprises and shocks than the normal person. So to you, life is just a bunch of shocks and stuff. And you don't know why things happen. What happens is you may have a lot of resentment and anger because nothing was the same from situation to situation. Look and see, do you have resentment and anger about something somebody might have done to you? So this is where you got to be honest and say, Father, I do got some resentment. Matter of fact, I hate that person for what they done to me. I've tried to like them. I tried to, when I go around and to force a smile. But Father, you know it ain't real. You know how I really feel about that person. If I had my way, I'd kill him. I'd choke him. You got to be real. If I said, I can't uproot something that you ain't even going to be honest with him about. If you have those feelings, tell him about them and ask him to come and cleanse you from them and heal you from them. But you first got to say, no, Father, I don't like that person. And stop thinking you have to say what is politically correct, what is spiritually correct. Because you are a follower of Christ, everybody expects you to say, yeah, I ain't worried about that. I didn't do that to the Lord. Yeah, I'm fine. On the inside, you're dying. And you're fronting. And your Father says, that's not how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel. So that if you're angry, say you angry. If you upset, say you upset. If you mad, say you mad. Confess these emotions to me so that I can heal them. Don't just go around with, and you know that's not how you are. When you're around that person, you really want to do something to them. But if I say, if you want me to take that away, be honest with me about how you feel. Stop thinking you got to say the right thing when I know what your mind is really thinking, so that I can heal you. It said to these people, the rules to them are always changing, and they have a strong sense of everything being unfair. Everything is unfair because nothing was ever resolved in your life. So to you, everything is unfair. It's unfair, and we have to get to the root of these things. It said you may become very aggressive in your own rules at home. Why? Because you grew up in such a stringent atmosphere yourself. Now, you have rules that is almost unlivable in your house. You're a drill sergeant in your own house. Why? Why? Because you grew up like that. And there was no resolved issues in your life, so now you're very aggressive in what you do. And a woman that has unresolved issues, if she's very afraid or whatever, just to put up a front so you don't know what she really thinks, she might become a risk taker. She might be very controlling. Why? Because she don't want you to know what's really going on the inside. And it's a front that's put up. To a man that's very angry and mad, guess what? The front he might put up. He might come across as being very polite and courteous. Open the door for a woman. Give her some flowers. He don't want to know what's really going on the inside, but let her cross him, and the real him will jump out. This is how some neighbors can say, well, my gosh, I thought that person was the perfect neighbor. He's always so quiet and gentle and always speak to you and help you out, but he's a serial killer. He killing everybody in the neighborhood.
Come on.
But guess what? On the outside, he looked like he was the perfect gentleman. And if you come across like that, then the woman will fall for what she thinks is a perfect gentleman, go out on the first date and never make it back home. This is why when you even looking for a mate, you pray and ask the Father to uncover the real them. The Father will do it. You say, Father, show me their heart. I want to know their heart. Show me their mind. I want to know who it is that I'm going to attach myself to. Because see, people can put up a front, but the Father says, I'll uncover it. I'll show it to you. Now all you got to do is pray for His will to be done and pray Him to do it. Things will begin to jump out that they tried to cover up. The real them, you'll see the real them. Father says, just pray to me. I'll show you the very heart of a person if they're not willing to overcome it and give it to me. If they're trying to trick you, Father will reveal the true motives to you.
Yes, come on.
If you don't believe it, try it.
Come on.
Try it. Pray to Him. Father said, test me. He says, look, I already know the mind of the person. If you want to know it, just ask me. I'll show you the motives.
Come on.
I'll show you what's really going on. I'll show you who you really thinking about attaching yourself to, that you finna become one with. He say, ask me. I'll do it. If you want to know if a friend really your friend, ask the Father to reveal a heart to you. He'll do it. Because He loves you that much, and He don't want you in relationships that will destroy you or that will deplete you. The Father says, I'm faithful to do it. He said, well, unresolved issues. This is root number 3. So I mean, root number 1 was what? Unmet needs. That's your root system. Root number 2, unhealed hurts. We done been through something you haven't healed from it. And root number 3 is your unresolved issues. Look at all these things. Ponder yourself. When you go home today, look at what you do. Identify your branches. If you got to sit down with a piece of paper, write down your branches, which is your symptoms, and then see which one of these categories that fall under. You might surprise yourself. You probably got 3 root systems going on. 3 root systems going on. But yet, you keep going to the Father with your branches. And if I said that ain't going to work, that's only a temporary fix. That will only get you through a week or 2. And that's why you be on cloud now for a week or 2. And next time somebody see you, it look like somebody done shot you. You are totally depleted. Because you be like, I failed again. I thought I had got over that. I thought I was past it. I ain't been bothered with that in my mind for weeks. Now all of a sudden, how did that just pop back up? Now you feel so bad. Why? Because you thought